Hi guys and dolls, how are you? It's been a while since I've chatted with you. A little while anyways, not too long, I don't think. Um, so uh, I have been trying to get my house together. It's taking me a long time because now my back muscles have decided to give me grief as a result of all the work I'm doing, so it is significantly slowing me down. Welcome to the world of having a disability. It's not like everybody else's world. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot trickier. So I wanted to talk to you about um, if you're in a relationship with someone who is not good for you. And I don't mean just a narcissist. I mean anybody who is a control freak or sociopath or any one of those, or they have a personality disorder of any sort. The temptation is to fall into the trap of when things are good and they never stay good, right? They always go to the bad page. Inevitably, it always goes to the bad page. But we're glued to the good times and we try desperately, endlessly for months and even years trying to get back to the when things were good. And they'll always come back to being good. The problem is they don't stay there. So it's almost like you're addicted to the good and you're doing everything you can to bring it back. But it doesn't mean that this person is a good person. It just means they're taking a break from being a monster. It's always going to come back around to the same BS. I'll give you an example. There was a guy online talking about he was with his partner and they were hanging out, excuse me, all day long, having a good time. And they went here, there, and everywhere, and they were having a great time, and they were going in and out of stores and going to restaurants, and they went hanging on the beach and stuff like that, holding hands, and everything went extremely well. And then all of a sudden, without warning, this person says, "I don't think this is working," which is a total shock. Well, that's what narcissists do. They want you to be angry, depressed, defending yourself, crying, in shock by what they've done. I have asthma, so bear with me. My throat's been acting silly because of my asthma. Anyway, I got an inhaler today, so we'll see how it goes. But they like to do shocker type things out of nowhere. They love doing that. They love it. They think it's great. You know, if your dad just died, well, this is a perfect day to dump you. Yeah, this isn't working, bye, or ghost the person. They like to ghost. Selfish people like to ghost. And anybody who's ever dealt with any idiot online, you know that they're notorious for running away. They pull things that they wouldn't pull in person online because they feel like, hey, I can. And dumping you during a horrible time in your life is the perfect time for them to do it because yes, you're going through this terrible thing, but you're also going to be talking about how terrible they treated you. And that's the goal for them to have, their name in your mouth. So that's like negative attention's better than no attention type of deal. But yeah, it doesn't mean that they're a good person when they do something good. That just means they're taking a break. That's all it means. And we are going to still go back to Crazy Town, psychotic land. We're still going there, but we're just kind of taking a deep breath right now. So, and I guess one of the main things that is the key to remember is it's always going to go back around. It's kind of like a merry-go-round. It always goes back to negativity and darkness. And I didn't know your butt was that big in that dress. You shouldn't wear that ever again. If I were you, I wouldn't wear that. You look kind of like a whale. Or your dad just died. Yeah, our relationship's not working. I know your dad just died, but whatever. The situation that I talked about recently where A friend of mine, his mom died recently, and a member of the family was probably less than a foot away from her body, and he dove into her purse as fast as he could because she died. So you really don't need your purse anymore. So let me go in here and see what I could get of value. I know you died, but whatever. That's why I'm really glad I don't have kids. I can't even describe the devastation I would feel if someone that I raised turned out like that. That would be pretty horrible. Absolutely horrible. But let's look at the positive. I'm not going to make this too long of a video, but let's look at the positive side of dealing with the narc. And you're probably going, positive side? There's a positive side? Actually, there is. One of the positive sides is you walk away smarter as long as you do not allow your emotions to take you and pull you all over the place when you get involved with somebody. You still have to maintain a logical sense, a sense of reason. You can't just lose yourself completely in somebody because that makes you vulnerable to their abuse, their hatred, their negativity. So even though you're making love with them and holding hands and kissing and starry-eyed and all that, especially for women when they're intimate with somebody, they can lose their sense, really. And they think that because our intimacy was so awesome, we're in love. No, you're not. One thing has absolutely nothing to do with the other. Love and sex are two completely different things. If you're lucky, you'll get both in the same, situation, but that's not always the case. In fact, narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths can be very good in bed because they use that to scramble your brains. Okay? You have to separate your emotions from intimacy. Some men have problems with that too, but it's mostly seems to be women. They just had a great lovemaking session. I better choose the colors for our wedding. Uh, 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 uh. Slow your roll. When the high wears off, come back to earth. Don't set yourself up to be vulnerable to somebody who used sex as a weapon to scramble your brains. Do not let yourself be in that situation. Always defend yourself. Always correct that person when they're disrespectful. Okay? I had this person tell me, and I was talking about this recently, earlier this evening. I was talking about this person that I knew one time said, we're supposedly seeing each other. And he said, this was a long time ago. And he said, where were you? This was before cell phones. Where were you? Outside. With who? By myself. You mean to tell me you were outside by yourself? Yeah, because I'm an adult and I don't need my mom's permission to go outside. He says, and I'm serious, the next time I call you, you need to be by the phone. And I just laughed because it was ludicrous. And he said, no, I'm serious. I said, no, I'm serious too. Who the hell do you think you're talking to like that? I'm not from Louisiana. Don't talk to me like that. Okay? No, I don't know what y'all do here, but I'm from the East Coast. You better slow your roll. Okay? That's what you better do. Slow your freaking roll. I said, I'm not I'm not your kid. I'm not your daughter. Don't try to tell me what to do. You have to set people in their, set them straight. You have to set them straight because people will do what you allow them to do. You have to have boundaries and you have to have strict boundaries. If you have to fire this person because they don't respect you, if you have to cry, just cry. If you have to complain to your girlfriend, I can't believe it, or your guy friends, I can't believe it, then cry and get it out of your system, but don't take them back because if they don't respect you, they don't respect boundaries. If you even have any boundaries, you have to have boundaries with people because adults are just like children. They're only taller. They love to push the envelope to see where the boundaries are. And if you don't have any boundaries, then it's open season. I could do and say whatever I want. And if I devastate you, that's cool. You know? This particular person, the friend that this family member, has behaved in such a horrible manner. I am literally shocked by his complete lack of concern for his mom's death. But that's a narcissist for you. They cannot connect to people, they can only connect to things. Money, their car, their job, if they're a gym rat, addicted to working out every day, but they can never connect to people. They may call their mother every day. That's called an obligatory relationship. I have to talk to you because you're my mother, and I have to, um, you know, I have to, for appearances' sake, I have to talk to you all the time for bragging rights. So my mom could say, "Yeah, my baby calls me every day." That don't mean if the person's a narcissist, they don't love you. They don't love you or anybody else. They love themselves. So it doesn't matter that they have an obligatory relationship with you. They're calling you because they feel like they need to. I have to. You're my mother. I have to speak to you. How does it look and what would people think if I didn't? It's not, I love you so much and I can't wait to hear your voice every day. Narcs don't operate on emotions like that. They're not connected to people like that. You know what I'm saying? So so yeah, when they're not being mean, they're taking a break. It doesn't mean they realize the error in their ways and they're going to change. They're not going to change. What you see is what you get. Okay? All right. If you have any questions, let me know. I love you guys. Take care. And I hope that you have a good upcoming weekend. Today's Thursday. I thought it was Friday for some weird reason. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. Take care. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.